I was 27 years old when I left America for the first time. Not for vacation, for real life. I moved to Berlin for a job, and within 48 hours, something inside my brain broke. I'm standing in a German supermarket, holding a carton of milk. It costs 0.89 euros. That's about $1. And it's real milk from actual cows. Not watered down, not full of hormones, just milk. In New York, this same milk would cost me $6. I stood there in aisle 3 of a random rave, having a full existential crisis over dairy products. Because that's when I realized everything I'd been told about America being the best was a lie. Not a small lie, not a political lie, a fundamental reality-distorting, life-shaping lie that I'd believed for 27 years. And I'm not alone. Every American who actually leaves, really leaves, not just tourist vacations, has this same moment when the carefully constructed worldview we've been fed since kindergarten just collapses. Today, I'm gonna tell you about the lies, the big ones, the ones we don't even know are lies until we leave. And trust me, some of these are gonna make you angry at me, at America, at yourself for believing them. But that's the point. Welcome to the social glitch. Let's destroy some comfortable illusions. We're the most free country. I believed this. Genuinely, deeply believed it. America is the land of the free. It's in our songs, our pledge, our national identity. Then I moved to Germany and started living. I wanted to drink a beer in the park on a sunny Saturday. In New York, this is illegal. Open container laws. You can't drink alcohol in public spaces. In Berlin, everyone's drinking in parks. It's completely normal, legal, not even questioned. I asked my German roommate, "Wait, you can just drink outside?" She looked at me like I'd asked if she was allowed to breathe. Why wouldn't I be allowed to drink outside? Because it's public. And I didn't have an answer. Because the answer is, in America, we're free, but we're not allowed to have a beer in a park. But it gets weirder. My German friend crossed the street against a red light. No cars coming, just crossed. "That's jaywalking," I said automatically. "What's jaywalking?" "Crossing the street illegally." She stopped walking. How do you illegally cross a street? If you don't use the crosswalk or if you cross on a red light, you can get a ticket, sometimes arrested. Arrested for crossing a street? If there's no traffic? Yeah. She stared at me. And you call yourselves free? I started making a list, things that are illegal or heavily restricted in the land of the free that are normal in other developed countries. Drinking alcohol in public parks, crossing the streets wherever you want, sleeping in your car, illegal in many US cities, collecting rainwater, seriously illegal in some states, having Kinder Surprise eggs, banned in the US, playing online poker, selling homemade food without a commercial kitchen license. Meanwhile, things that are legal in America but restricted in other countries, owning assault rifles, letting pharmaceutical companies advertise directly to consumers, allowing unlimited political campaign donations. We're not the most free country. We're just free in the ways that make corporations and the government money. We have freedom of the press. I used to say this confidently. Then I looked up the World Press Freedom Index. America ranks 45th. 45th! Behind countries like Costa Rica, Jamaica, and Lithuania, countries we barely think about. Norway is first, Finland second, Sweden third. All those socialist countries we're told are oppressive, they have more press freedom than us. I mentioned this to my uncle at Thanksgiving. He said, "That index is probably biased." By who? Reporters Without Borders? They're probably anti-American. This is what we do. When confronted with facts that contradict the narrative, We claim the facts are biased because admitting we're not number one at freedom is too painful. The actual freedom rankings. I went down a rabbit hole. I started looking up every freedom ranking I could find. Human Freedom Index, America ranks 17th. Economic Freedom Index, 25th. Freedom in the world, tied with countries like Argentina and Mongolia. But we're number one in incarceration rate. We imprison more people per capita than any country on Earth. Military spending, more than the next 10 countries combined. Medical bankruptcies, only developed country where this exists. We're so free that we have the largest prison population in human history. We're so free that going to the hospital can destroy your financial future. We're so free that we can't take a train to work because we've been told that's communism. We have the highest quality of life. Before I left America, I genuinely thought we had the best of everything. Best healthcare, best education, best infrastructure, best opportunity. Then I lived in Europe for 2 years, and I realized we don't have the best of anything. We have the most expensive version of mediocre things. Healthcare. US spends more per capita than any country. We rank 37th in healthcare outcomes. We have lower life expectancy than most developed nations. Education? US ranks 13th in reading, 36th in math, 13th in science, but number 1 in school shootings, by a horrifying margin. Infrastructure? American civil engineers gives US infrastructure a C- grade. Our bridges are crumbling, our trains are from the 1960s, our airports look like Soviet relics compared to Asia's. I took a train from Berlin to Munich, 370 miles in 4 hours. Smooth, comfortable, on time. Cost? 40 euros. The same distance in America, Boston to DC, takes 8 hours on Amtrak, costs $150, and is late 60% of the time. Americans are happy, we tell ourselves. The World Happiness Report tells a different story. Top 10 happiest countries: Finland, Denmark, Iceland, Sweden, Israel, Netherlands, Norway, Luxembourg, Switzerland, Australia. America? 15th, behind Mexico, behind Germany, behind frickin' Costa Rica. But we're told that all those socialist hellholes are miserable, that people in Scandinavian countries are depressed because of high taxes and no freedom. I met a guy in Copenhagen, software engineer. He pays about 45% in taxes. Don't you hate giving away half your income? I asked. He looked confused. I get free healthcare, free education, 6 weeks paid vacation, paid parental leave, unemployment benefits, and a pension. My taxes buy civilization. What do yours buy? I thought about it. Military equipment mostly, and subsidies for billionaires. He nodded. That sounds terrible. Americans work hard. We say this with pride. But what we mean is, Americans work more hours than almost any developed country and have less to show for it. Average hours worked per year. USA, 1,791. Germany, 1,349. Netherlands, 1,399. Denmark, 1,380. Americans work 400 plus hours more than Germans. That's 10 full work weeks extra per year. And yet, German productivity per hour is higher. Germans have better healthcare. Germans have more vacation time. Germans report higher life satisfaction. We've been told that working ourselves to death is virtue, that rest is laziness, that Europeans are lazy because they take August off. But they're not lazy, they're living. My German colleague takes 30 days of vacation per year, plus 11 public holidays, plus unlimited sick days. She's more productive in her 1,349 hours than most Americans are in their 1,791 hours, because she's rested, because she has a life outside work. because her value as a human isn't determined by how much she produces for her employer. America is the land of opportunity, the American dream. Anyone can make it if they work hard enough. This is the foundational myth, the core lie, and it's just statistically false. Social mobility rankings, chance of moving from poverty to middle class. Number 1, Denmark. Number 2, Norway. Number 3, Finland. Number 4, Sweden. Number 5, Canada. Yes, number 6, United States. America ranks 27th in social mobility. 27th! You have a better chance of climbing out of poverty in Pakistan than in America. But we're told endlessly that America is special, that nowhere else offers the opportunity we do. Go to college, get a good job, they told us. So we did. And now, 43 million Americans have student debt. Average debt, $37,000. Total student debt, $1.7 trillion. Many people paying into their 50s and 60s. Meanwhile, in Germany, university is free or costs 300 euros per semester. In Finland, free plus stipends to students. In Norway, free. In Scotland, free for Scottish and EU citizens. In France, 170 euros per year at public universities. We were told that student debt is normal, that it's an investment in yourself. But in most developed countries, society invests in students because educated citizens benefit everyone. Here, we treat education like a luxury product that puts teenagers in debt before they've had a job. The healthcare bankruptcy trap. My friend Mike worked 2 jobs for 15 years, saved money, bought a house, started building wealth. Then, his daughter got leukemia. Treatment? Successful. She survived. Cost? $450,000. Insurance covered $200,000. Mike owed $250,000. He sold his house, emptied his retirement accounts, took on debt. At 52 years old, he's starting over financially. But she's alive, he tells himself. In every other developed country, she would be alive and he would still have his house. Medical bankruptcy is the #1 cause of bankruptcy in America. Over 500,000 families per year. In Canada, 0 medical bankruptcies. In Germany, 0. In France, 0. In Japan, 0. We're told that universal healthcare would be too expensive, that we can't afford it. But we're already paying more than countries with universal healthcare. We're just getting worse results. We're the safest country. I genuinely believed America was safe. Maybe not the safest, but up there. Then I spent time in Japan, Singapore, and parts of Europe. In Tokyo, at 2 a.m., I watched a drunk businessman fall asleep on a park bench with his wallet and phone on the bench beside him. I walked past the same spot at 7 a.m. Everything was still there. No one had touched it. In New York, that would be gone in 5 minutes. In Singapore, kids ride public transportation alone at age 7. Their parents don't worry. In America, letting a 10-year-old walk to school alone can get you arrested for neglect. Violent crime rates per 100,000 people: United States, 381. Canada, 73. United Kingdom, 33. Japan, 23. Singapore, 16. We have 16 times more violent crime than Singapore. But we're told we need guns to be safe, that more guns means more safety. Except, US has 120 guns per 100 people, the most armed civilian population on Earth. US has 4.46 gun deaths per 100,000 people. Japan has 0.02 guns per 100 people. Japan has 0.02 gun deaths per 100,000 people. More guns equals more gun deaths. This isn't complicated, but we've been told the opposite so many times that facts don't matter anymore. The school shooting reality. In 2024, America had more school shootings than the entire rest of the developed world combined. Not slightly more, not double, more than everyone else added together. Since 2000, American school shootings, 377. All of Europe combined, 6. Canada, 2. Japan, 0. Australia, 0. American children practice active shooter drills. They learn to hide from gunmen before they learn algebra. This is not normal. This is not just the price of freedom. No other country does this. No other country accepts this. But we've been told that guns don't kill people, people kill people, that the solution to gun violence is more guns, that any attempt to regulate firearms is tyranny. Meanwhile, Australia had one mass shooting in 1996. They changed their gun laws. They haven't had one since. But we're told that could never work in America. Why? Because we're different? Because we're special? Or because we've been lied to by people profiting from gun sales? We're told this constantly, in schools, in media, in political speeches. America is the greatest country on earth. So I looked up what we're actually number one in. Number one in incarceration rate, gun deaths, healthcare spending while getting worse results, military spending, obesity rates, plastic surgery, pharmaceutical drug use, student debt, medical bankruptcies, working hours among developed nations. Not number one in healthcare outcomes, 37th, life expectancy, 46th, education, 13th in reading, 36th in math, infrastructure, 13th, freedom, 17th, happiness, 15th, social mobility, 27th. We're number one at things that make corporations money. We're not number one at things that make citizens' lives better.
Why we believe the lie. American exceptionalism is taught from birth. In kindergarten, we pledge allegiance to the flag. We're told America is special, different, better. In school, we learn a sanitized version of history. America always the hero, America always right, America saving the world. We don't learn that most of World War I was won before America joined. The Soviet Union did most of the heavy lifting in World War II. Most of our innovations built on work from other countries. Many of our freedoms lag behind other democracies. We're taught mythology, not history. And when you're taught from age 5 that your country is the best, questioning it feels like betrayal.
Why we believe the lie. American exceptionalism is taught from birth. In kindergarten, we pledge allegiance to the flag. We're told America is special, different, better. In school, we learn a sanitized version of history. America always the hero, America always right, America saving the world. We don't learn that most of World War I was won before America joined. The Soviet Union did most of the heavy lifting in World War II. Most of our innovations built on work from other countries. Many of our freedoms lag behind other democracies. We're taught mythology, not history. And when you're taught from age 5 that your country is the best, questioning it feels like betrayal. Why the lies continue? These lies serve a purpose. If Americans believe we already have the best healthcare, we won't demand universal healthcare. If we believe we're the freest country, we won't notice our lack of actual freedoms. If we believe we have the most opportunity, we won't question why social mobility is so low. If we believe everyone else is worse off, we won't look to them for solutions. The lies keep us complacent. They keep us from demanding better. Because if we realize that Germans work less and have better lives, Canadians never worry about medical bankruptcy, Japanese kids are safe enough to travel alone, Finns get free college and are happier, we might start asking, why don't we have those things? And that's a dangerous question for the people who profit from the current system. What changed for me? I came back to America after 2 years abroad. I see everything differently now. The potholes and roads, the medical bills, the student debt, the overwork, the stress, the anxiety, the fear. Things I thought were just how life is turned out to be how life is in America, and I can't unsee it. My friends tell me I've become negative or anti-American, but I'm not anti-American. I'm anti-lying about America. I want America to be as good as we pretend it is. I want us to learn from countries that have solved problems we claim are unsolvable. I want us to stop calling criticism unpatriotic and start calling it caring enough to demand better.
The hardest part about coming back isn't the lack of health care or the student debt or the broken trains. It's watching other Americans defend the system that's hurting them. Watching someone work 3 jobs argue against universal health care because socialism is bad. Watching someone with $100,000 in student debt argue against free college because nothing should be free. Watching someone without paid sick leave argue against labor protections because that's communism. We've been taught to defend our oppression, to call it freedom, to attack anyone who suggests alternatives. And that's the biggest lie of all, that questioning the system means you hate America. No, questioning the system means you love America enough to want it to be better. If you've never left America, I'm not saying you should immediately move abroad, but I am saying travel, really travel. Not resorts, not cruise ships, real life in other countries. Stay long enough to see how people actually live. Talk to people, ask questions, compare. And when you come back, don't let people gaslight you about what you saw. If you saw Germans with 6 weeks vacation, that's real. If you saw Japanese trains running on time, that's real. If you saw French people not dying from medical debt, that's real. Don't let anyone tell you that wouldn't work here. It works there. We just choose not to do it. I love America. I really do. But I love it enough to tell the truth about it. We're not the best country on earth. We're not the freest. We're not #1 at most things that matter. And that's okay. Being honest about our problems is the first step to fixing them. Every country that's doing better than us was once worse. They made changes, they learned, they improved. We can too. But first, we have to stop lying to ourselves. Drop a comment. Have you ever left America and realized something you believed was a lie? Or are you from another country and confused by things Americans believe? Subscribe to The Social Glitch for more uncomfortable truths about the myths we live by. Because the biggest glitch in society is pretending everything is fine when it really, really isn't. Thanks for watching. Now go question everything you've been told.